Sweden. He was helping us, and therefore we were flexible. When you do your pass, you get support, whatever, and so on. I had to give up my house and everything. The only thing I could keep for myself was my backpack. That was it. Nothing more. Everything else was gone. Yes. But the Cosmic Tower started later on, because cooperation with my son finished in 2016. He tried to do it alone, and he didn't need me anymore. He had his own stuff and so on. And therefore I was doing my own things. But later on I was researching what's going on in the world all the time. And I figured out that there is ongoing a cosmic war upstairs there. And I got many information on this. I published this information, and suddenly I got in contact with someone who was involved there in the cosmic war. And he said, Harald, let's do better devices than your son's devices. We can make them 10,000 times stronger and better. And I said, okay, let's start. This one was a birthday of the Cosmic Tower. And we built them in the beginning very small, like this size, or the size is always with a number. This is a CT15, and 15 means is 15 centimeter high. The next one is a CT Cosmic Tower 25 centimeter high, and so on. The next one is 35, 75. We have here this is a 75 tower. This one. And we have 220, 250, and we have even bigger, 4 meter. Very powerful. And such a tower like here, 2.2 meter, can create an energy field or convert an area of 800 kilometer in diameter. 800 kilometer in diameter. Very powerful. And you could imagine when we have many of them in France, now 35 pieces, and even bigger one, 2.5 meter, it's 1,000 kilometer working capability. That means we have already very powerful, strong energy field. In Switzerland, maybe we have double of this quantity. In Germany, we have more than 300 now. But we put them already for the Pope to Rome, and for the Rothschilds to London, and for
the Queen,
Denmark.
if she's still alive.
To Denmark, and we have them in many countries already, all over.
Holland? 10.
Holland, we have 10, yes. No, but also in 2 weeks we put 10 big towers.
10 big ones you have in Holland.
I discuss only
Holland
this
is so small, so you covered it.
Yes,
we need 100.
Really for Holland?
Switzerland, how many?
Because the radiation is so strong there. I hear it from friends. They get sick all the time, even not vaxxed, whatever.
In Switzerland we have 70 to 80 approximately.
In Austria?
Austria we have 55, 60.
And in England, very few. In England, any?
Just in and around London, 4 pieces.
It's not much.
No, not more. No, but all over Europe, 500.
Yeah, that's good.
And they are all interconnected. They work all together. Therefore you can stop weather manipulations. You can change whatever. You can dissolve hurricanes, this kind of things.
So you can prevent chemtrails?
No,
Planes.
because in chemtrail planes are flying. We don't force them to land.
Not yet.
Or to take off.
But you can counter the effects.
The effect.
Can you neutralize the effect?
Yeah,
effect of chemtrails.
let's discuss about the functions. What is the Cosmic Tower doing?
Harp. Stop harp.
Let's explain. The Cosmic Tower has 2 vessels of water inside. Why do we need water? Why is our body made out of water? Stainless steel would be more stable. Wouldn't break so easily. Wouldn't rust.
Doesn't break so easy. It needs to move.
Really? No?
It needs to move.
Needs to be fluid.
But if I would be the creator, I would sort of stainless steel and carbon fibers and really solid stuff and
It's called
heavy
robot.
That's a
material.
robot, yes, a robot, yeah.
Can't rust and can't get rusty and so
AI
on.
robots.
Huh? Lifetime forever. Huh? Why are we made out of water? Did you ever think of it?
Because it keeps information.
Energy.
Yes.
It's the basic of all
Energy,
life.
fluid, yeah.
Without
Yeah.
water, no life.
Uh-huh. When they are going to other planets or in the universe, they are looking for life on different places. First question is there water?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only when there is water, there can be life.
Mhm.
What has water to do with life? Any plants, animals, and human beings are made out of water.
Mm.
Yeah? And what is the common denominator of the three things? We radiate energy. We have an aura. Biophoton radiation due to electricity in our body. How do we get the electricity? When we are dead, electricity is gone.
Mhm.
1 second before that and 1 second afterwards. The only difference is the electricity is gone. Boom.
Mm.
But where does it come from? Where is it going? And why is it getting less and less and less? How could we bring it up? What's the possibilities? No doctor is telling us. The most important things are never ever discussed. As a doctor could tell us, oh, your lifetime expectancy is 2 hours, or yours maybe 28 years, or they could measure something. They don't do it. And they don't tell us where do we get it from, the electricity. The doctor doesn't measure any chakras, doesn't measure any aura, nothing at all. No blockages, no astral, mental, causal body, just the physical body. Everything else is being ignored. Yeah? But what has water to do with life? Water can be structured, and we know 3 phases of water: liquid, solid, and gaseous. Yeah? These are the 3 types of water. But there is a 4th type, 4th phase of water. And the 4th phase is called plasma water. And we have it even in our body. Blood plasma. What is so special with plasma water? What is the description for plasma water? Plasma water is water that has a hexagonal structure. Why is hexagonal structure so important? Why are all the healing wells of the earth hexagonal structured? Masaru Emoto, you know the pictures?
Mhm.
Always this hexagonal structure. And also when you look in the winter, during winter time to the window, you see the ice crystals. They are never triangular, they are always hexagonal ice crystals, because our earth has a hexagonal energy field. Also the house for the bees, they have always hexagonal structure and so on. Therefore, honey is always without any pollution, without any bad things in, always pure. But they don't have any disinfection spray to keep their house clean and disinfected. How is it being created? Due to the hexagonal structure. What does this do? It creates free electrons. Yeah? And we find the answer in the book of Professor Jared Pollack. And you can see there, each hexagon, when you have a carpet, like everywhere hexagons, and one of the hexagons gives free 1 electron. So therefore we create with our water, plasma water, electrons in our body. Uncle Doctor is telling us our heart is a pump. Yeah? But I had to calculate pumps. When you calculate a pump, you have 3 criteria: the size of the pipework, the diameter of the pipes, small or very big, and the liquid, is it very liquid or like water, or is it like heavy oil and you need a lot of pressure? Yeah? And let's check our human blood system. Yeah? Our blood system in our body has a length of 100,000 kilometers. 100,000 kilometers. And the diameter of the blood vessel is sometimes smaller than the human hair. And our blood is sometimes not so liquid. And they are telling us with such a pump of this size, with such a low pressure, everything is possible. 100,000 kilometer pipework, so small pipes that you even can't see them, with liquid that needs a lot of pressure. And they are telling us with such a pump, with this pressure you can do it. Do you think a little bit with your normal human sense? When you use your brain, you understand already it's impossible. Not possible at all. Yeah? But how is our blood system working? It's working like nature. How does a tree in the rainbow forest can get his water 100 meter high? He has some leaves there, they need water. They are telling us, oh, evaporation and so on, and there's a sucking effect. Yeah, but you can suck water maximum 9.81 meter. That's the gravity of the earth, pulling it always down. You cannot suck it higher. But how does a tree get it up there? 120 meter, 150 meters. Some trees are very high.
Like sequoia. Sequoia. The sequoia tree, the biggest.
Yeah, okay. No. So, how is it done? Actually, by levitation. And how do you create levitation? You need always 7 rainbow colors. When you have a healing well comes up against the gravity by itself to the surface. You don't need a well or a pump or to suck it out or pump it up and so on. It comes against gravity always upwards. Healing well. So, but how is a healing well produced actually? Water evaporates, you have the cloud, it rains down, sinks in the ground, goes through underground water lines, gets in contact with all the minerals, crystals and gems and whatever, and everything of this has a color, amethyst, violet and citrine, yellow or whatever, crystal, transparent and so on. And water collects the information in a structure, and this is a small cosmic antenna. And therefore, even when you have the mineral not in the water, but you have the structure in the water, the cosmic antenna, the water can receive these frequencies of light. When you have a harmony of 7 rainbow colors, you get overtone effects and the scalar wave. And the scalar wave creates levitation. And therefore the water comes against gravity upwards. And this is always perfectly structured. And this water you can take, fill in bottles, can keep 1 million years in your cellar in the house and drink it as fresh water. It will not be bad as long as it is not exposed to radiation. When the water is unchanged, it stays perfect forever, because this water comes up by levitation, and this water has a toroidal field. And these toroidal fields are always interconnected. Galaxy is a very big one. Smaller one is our solar system, the next smaller one our Earth, and our chakras are also toroidal fields. When the water has a toroidal field effect, it gets always from outside energy, and therefore this water doesn't get bad, doesn't start to get a bad smell or whatever, it stays all the time perfect. So this is the same effect in our human body. Our chakras are being produced with a special set of minerals. We need the minerals, and therefore our blood pH is always 7.38. There we have a special set of minerals, and this set of minerals creates levitation. And there the blood goes up against gravity by itself, but important, you have to have some minerals. Perfect relation of the minerals, and all have to be there. So, and then the oxygen is being taken with the lung, and then it goes by gravity down, up and down all the time, like a perpetuum mobile. So, but why is this movement necessary? In order to bring the hexagonal structure plasma water towards the heart. The electrons are being taken out there, then the structure dissolves, but then the chakra of the body restructures the next time the water, and it goes back levitation again and again through the heart, and it gets always a new hexagonal structure. And therefore all the time electrons can be taken and taken and taken, and they are distributed in the whole body. You have our cell membrane voltage with the electrons, for electricity for the brain and everything what needs electricity can be supplied with electrical currency. We produce it with water, electricity. And therefore you find only life on planets where there is water. Without water, no life at all possible.
But also the minerals are very important then.
The minerals, exactly.
Yeah.
But not the quantity of minerals, but the perfect harmony of all minerals.
Okay.
And therefore they take away the minerals from our food, from our bread, the grains, outside things are removed. Yeah, the same as with the sugar, with the salt, everywhere the main important things, minerals are gone.
Yeah.
They are taken away. And therefore our content of mineral when we are born is very high, 30% of our body weight are minerals, and this goes down when we are 60 years, 6%. That means we have only 1/5 of the minerals compared to the beginning. Yeah, the baby that is the mother's womb here is very hungry for minerals. Yeah, and when the mother doesn't have enough, then the baby demands, I need more, and the mother goes at night to the fridge, opening, eating chocolate and sausages and fish and whatever mixed together. This is the greed for minerals of the baby. Yeah, that's the whole thing, and therefore the baby comes to the world and is healthy, doesn't need glasses, doesn't need a hearing device or pacemaker or whatever, has a perfect water condition, all the minerals, the chakras work properly, levitation, everything is fine, clean body. Yeah? But later on we get less and less and less and less and less minerals, therefore our chakras work less, the levitation gets less. In the beginning it goes upwards, really powerful, but later on a little bit like this, and the blood is sucking down. And the doctor is saying, oh, these are the weak flaps in the vein. Yeah, you have to wear those rubber socks, yeah, to push it up, yeah, something like this. Yeah. They don't tell you that's the levitation, yeah, because levitation has to do with toroidal fields, with scalar waves, with free energy.
So when you're always tired,
Yeah.
that system doesn't work
Properly.
perfect anymore.
There are several factors, not only one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, but when the levitation gets less, you have less power, you can produce less electricity, and also our chakras are dimensional gates, they are portals, and they can suck subtle energy, condense it, and bring out physical matter. The first one is hydrogen. And when you have hydrogen in the atmosphere where is oxygen, you combine this and you get water. You see, an infant, when it's come to Earth, it's maybe 3 or 4 kilogram of weight, has maybe 2 liters of water. When it's an adult, he has maybe 60 liters or 50 liters of water in the body. Where comes the difference of water from? When the baby is drinking water, it goes in and downstairs out. It doesn't flow to the right arm, that the arm is growing, or that the ear gets bigger, or whatever. You see, it's going in and out. But where does the water come from? The additional water, between 2 liters water in the body, born, and maybe 50 liters water in the body later on. We produce this water by ourselves, with our chakras, with our portals. Yeah. So, but when the chakras work less, due to less and less and less minerals, the water production becomes less and less and less. So that means you get wrinkles. Wrinkles are just a lack of water. Like an apple, when you put it half year in the cellar, it gets wrinkles. The water is gone. Same as with a human being. Yeah? We get only wrinkles due to a lack of water. So when we produce less water, we get less hexagonal water, less plasma water, and therefore less electrons. And therefore our quantity of electrons goes down and down and down and down and down, up to a limit, and then cut down, boom, dead. That's it. That means to stay healthy for a long time, you need all the minerals, whatever, and good quantities that you keep this level from here, that it doesn't go down. Then you can be healthy for whatever. And you can live like the Katars, the Perfecti, 1,700 years. Not only 100 years. When we are dying at the age of 100 years, we are proud, we get a nice letter from the mayor of the city. All of our neighbors are dead. We are really proud. 100 years, super. Nobody made it. We made it. But compare it to the possibility to become an age of 1,700 years. When you die with 100 years, it's a status like you are dying as an infant, compared to the possibilities. But no one is telling us. But this is possible. And we have people on earth that are many, many 100 years old. Some of the Cathars are still living, even in the underground, in the inner earth and so on. There are civilizations in the earth's crust and so on. I'm also sure here in below France. Same thing like in Romania, Bulgaria, or this Puchega Mountains, this area there goes into the inner earth and so on. Okay, also water production is important, and due to lack of mineral, everything goes down. That is one thing. What is damaging water structures? Water is a dipole, has a plus and minus side. When you put it in an electromagnetic field with changing polarity, what happens? The water molecules jumps back and forth. It's like a magnet with a plus and minus side. And when you change polarity, this dipole will switch around. Bing, 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 bing. When you do it very quickly movement. Therefore, with a microwave, you can heat your food very quickly. However, due to this quick movement, you destroy all hexagonal structures, all electrons, all of our life energy. And this is done with a microwave, and the same as with 5G and all the mobile phone towers. These are actually killer instruments. They are killing our life energy. Due to radiation, also radioactivity or smart meter or WLAN, whatever, non-electricity also. But the most dangerous is 5G, and all frequencies going higher than 30 gigahertz, because this is the level where the human body cells communicate in between with each other. And 30 gigahertz is in the military called the level where it starts as energy weapon. You can kill people with energy. And the German company Rheinmetall is producing such weapons. So it doesn't come out a projectile, but just the energy beam, boom, person dead, you can't see any injury, nothing at all. But it kills all the electrons in the body due to the destruction of the hexagonal water structure. That's the same we saw in Wuhan. When they rose, Wuhan was the best equipped city in the world with 5G. And when they rose, just what happened? You kill all the electrons, therefore the cell membrane voltage goes down. Then the blood particles, they glitch, stick together. And then you have not any more single blood particles, blood cells, and therefore you get thrombose, and it doesn't go anymore through the smallest capillaries. And people are immediately dead. This happens there. 5G is one of the deadly systems, and with 6G and 10G, they go even higher and higher in the frequency levels, because our human body cells communicate between 30 or 40 gigahertz to 163 gigahertz. Therefore, they need 6G and 10G in order to cover all the body communication, cell communication, and then you are like a marionette. They can do with us whatever they want. Now, so that means you can, on the one hand, produce less and less and less electrons in water, and on the other hand, energy raises more and more and more deadly energies. And therefore you destroy more and more of the electrons you produce. And therefore our life energy goes more and more and more down. This is one issue, this is the most important one, because you can do 100,000 things for good health when you are not taking care for the protection of radiation, microwave. They can destroy you 100 times more than whatever you build up, because they can kill hexagonal structures. That is a big risk. The other thing is we get a lot of food with low energy, low life energy. Go to the supermarket, how many percent of the food have water in it? Just vegetable and fruits. Everything else in boxes or dry food or bread, how much water is in bread? Nothing. Yeah. How many electrons? Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. When you need electrons, you have to eat raw food. But when you're looking for in the television, they have nice here preparing food. Is always never ever raw food. Always cooking, heating, destroying, cooking, everything denaturating. That's the whole thing we see in television, everywhere on the world. Never good recipes for raw food. But raw food is the only one that has electrons. When it's freshly taken out of the ground, it has plasma water condition in it. But this plasma condition are gone after a few hours, and therefore the electricity is gone and the energy is gone of the food. So when we eat food with low energy, but a lot of calories, we get more overweight, but the energy doesn't go up, and the body is crying 2 hours later, I'm again hungry, my energy level is again low. You're eating, but when the food has no electrons, no electricity, no energy, you eat more and more, and you get more poisonous particles in the body, and therefore we get more and more free radicals. More acid from the protein. Animal protein causes a lot of acid in the body, and acid is opposite of electrons. Acid is taking away the electrons, therefore your pH value goes down in the body, and the more down it goes, the more the oxygen becomes not more bioavailable, but more a free radical. And then the oxygen can be used to produce energy in the cell, and then the cell switches over from oxygen energy production into fermentation of sugar. And this is cancer. You create energy without oxygen, just by fermentating sugar. So, and 95% of the population in Western countries die of heart attack, stroke and cancer. And all is the same thing. Lack of electrons, too many poisonous things in the body, and too much electrons destroyed. Too much heavy metals or whatever, that the body can't detoxify anymore. So that means we have two contrary processes. Life energy, production of electrons goes more down and down due to lack of minerals, less and lesser. The need for minerals, for electrons goes higher and higher, because with the poison food, low energy food, we have more free radicals in the body. The need gets higher and higher. We get more and more overweight, more poison everywhere stored. That means we need more electrons, and also the radiation gets higher and higher, destroying more and more. So therefore we have somewhere a cutting point, and then you have that. That's a big problem. Radiation is the most deadly thing. Next thing is low energy food. With all the toxins, also toxins from chemtrails, from water, from wherever, from food, or all these food supplement things, not the supplements, but in the food, this E330 and whatever other chemical substances are all a problem. And therefore our life energy goes down. How can we raise the energy up? How can we get electrons from outside? The electrons are just our life energy. We are only dead when the electrons are gone. Where can we get them? Additional, from outside, from the air. Then we have a lot of minus ion, negatively charged ions in the air. How are they created? Due to the hexagonal energy field of the Earth plus water molecules in the air. They create a hexagonal structure of the water in the air, we get electrons. But the radiation, WLAN, smart meter, mobile phone, towers destroy again in the air the water structures. And therefore